I got to go.
I don't know a lot about – you want to say hi to Daniel Kelly? He's there. You
Oh,
want to say
Daniel.
hi to him?
Yeah.
Pull up Daniel Kelly. Daniel Kelly's with us. Drew Forrester's getting ready. Who are you playing today?
We're playing Loyola.
Uh-oh.
Daniel, I need a quick FCA prayer huddle from you. We're playing Loyola today in the semifinals.
There you go. Good luck.
That's what he's got for you. Yeah. He's like, Daniel Kelly says, I got bigger issues that I'm dealing with right now than your golf match, Forrester.
Well, how about the Hall last night, huh?
It was a big win. I'm pumped for my dad and brother, and I'm happy they were able to get it done.
No doubt about it.
I hope you guys have a great rest of your season, and we're off to beat the Dons.
There you go. Drew's got to duck out. Love you, buddy. Appreciate you stopping by. That's Drew Forrester. Daniel Kelly is with us. Maryland Georgetown this Sunday in Annapolis in the NCAA tournament quarterfinals. Daniel, it's great to chat with you, man. I wonder how your family's been through this a time or two over the years, right? Like, this is not the first time that any two of you have faced off against each other. How do they handle it in these moments? What's the game plan? Who wears what? Who sits where? What does this look like Sunday in Annapolis?
Yeah, it's definitely a weird spot to be in, but I'm thankful for the opportunity and my family. It's harder on them than it is on me playing and my younger brother Shuey for Georgetown. We got a job to do, but they'll figure out the T-shirts and what they want to wear.
The whole deal.
I'll stay at.
What about do you text like your Jacob and say, hey dude, you're rooting for me, right? Like, do you have that conversation at all?
It's weird, man. He went to Georgetown, took his 5th year there, loved his time there. So it's a little weird. There's a lot of ties, but I'll worry about that after the game, and they can figure that out. Figure all that stuff.
I understand. I understand it entirely. Daniel, obviously, you've done this, right? Like, you've been part of a team that won a national championship, but in this role, like now being a more significant part, do you find yourself saying, like, this would be more significant to you to win a national title now, playing a bigger role with this team?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I was fortunate enough to be a part of the 2022 team, and that was an awesome run. I learned a lot of impactful things from my career from those guys, but being in the role I've been in the past 3 years and playing way more and on attack and doing those things, it would definitely mean a ton to me. And I know the rest of the guys that were on that team, but in a smaller role. So it would definitely mean a lot.
What is it that, like everything that you guys went through maybe a year ago and coming, up just short and getting back to the national championship, have you learned like the lessons of the difference in what it takes to be good versus be a champion? Like, can you share that with the younger guys on this team? Like, hey, here's what it requires for us to finish the job and be celebrating a Memorial Day this time around.
Yeah, no, you take a lot of lessons that you learned. In 21, we lost in the national championship. 22, we won. Last year, obviously lost. You learn a lot through those opportunities and through those experiences and what it means to be a champion and what it takes. A lot of preparation, taking care of your body. Those things you definitely learn as you get older and have those experiences. And we're just trying to take it day by day. And right now, focus on the Hoyas. They're a great team, and we know we got our hands full. So it's a one day at a time mentality here.
Obviously, you bring up they're a really good team. There's no question about that. And they were very impressive last weekend. We referenced your connections to Georgetown, but I think that there's also like sort of this for them, maybe a lot of people would say is their Super Bowl, right? Like, this is their moment, the opportunity to knock off the program that they're so constantly compared to. Do you have those conversations this week about like, hey, we have to be aware of what we're up against and not think about the fact that there isn't a little number next to their name?
Yeah, I mean, what Coach Warren has done with Georgetown is pretty impressive. For me, I know what's being said in that locker room. I know how they're approaching it. Obviously, having the ties that I do back to that place and the family members that are in the locker room and we're in the locker room, I know the approach that they're taking. And, they're going to play hard. They're going to play fast. They're going to fly around. Coach Warren's going to have those guys ready, but we got to match their energy and compete on the ground and let the chips fall where they may.
Daniel Kelly is with us. Maryland Georgetown Sunday afternoon in Annapolis in the NCAA Tournament quarterfinals. Daniel, like, are you having like stop and smell the roses moments like going through this year? Like, have the emotions hit you a little bit of all of this and everything that you've been through during your 5 years at Maryland and the idea that this might be it?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. You stop and pitch yourself a little bit, and you realize, oh man, I'm playing in a quarterfinal that I dreamed of playing in. And last year I had to do the same thing, playing in a national championship, and the year before, and it's part of the journey, but we still have a job to do, and we got to take care of business. So it's hard to stop yourself and really look back and be like, wow, this is what we're doing, but we still got to take care of business.
You know a thing or two about great coaches, right? Like you've been around a few in your life. There's
Yeah.
so much made about John Tillman in May, right? Like that, like it's almost like the Tom Izzo thing in college basketball in March. Can you explain to people, like from your experiences, why it is that you guys do tend to be playing your best lacrosse when you get to the end of the season?
Um, I don't necessarily really know. I mean, Coach Tills is the man. He's an awesome coach, and he has us prepared every week. But I think it falls down to just not beating yourself, doing the little things, you know, taking care of the ground and being a disciplined lacrosse team. And ultimately, if you don't beat yourself and that gives yourself the best chance to win. And we take pride in that. We practice it a lot. All the weird scenarios that may pop up in a big time game like this, we go over it. And just be the master of simple. We talk about it all the time, just dominating the simple stuff, and that's usually what gets you far in May.
I mean, obviously, it sounds easy to say, right? But you actually have to go out and do it, and clearly you guys have been really good at that. Do you, like, is that inherent when you play lacrosse at Maryland? Is it something that requires, like, guys like you to be the leaders to pass that down to a new group of players every year?
Absolutely. It's a learning curve when you come here, and in high school, a lot of guys who come to Maryland in high school, you're the best player on the team, and you come here and you have to learn how to play a different style of lacrosse and play a style of lacrosse that you don't beat yourselves and you play simple. It takes time to learn, and I take pride in putting that down to the younger guys because that happened to me. I was able to learn from Roman Puglisi, Logan Wisnauskas, Jared Bernhardt. Those guys were the master of simple, and that's my role is to be the voice down there on the offensive end and can kind of control the game and the tempo of the game.
Now, you know what's interesting to me about your guys' offense this year, right, is that it's not necessary. We know there have been Maryland teams where it's been, whether it's a Bernhardt or Wisnauskas, like that have been alphas. This year, and really for the last couple of years, it's been way more of maybe one game it's you, right? Like we saw that in the Penn State game where it was your day, and then obviously last week it was, of course, Eric's day. How does that work? What is that dynamic like for you guys offensively? And is it hey, try to feel who it is that's hot that day, get him the ball? What is that like as you go into a week?
It's a fun style across the play. I can tell you that. It's any day it could be someone different on our offense, and that's what you want to be a part of. We talk about all the time. The defense will give you the answers and how they're playing, and you just take what they give you. And for us, Penn State, I was able to get open a couple times, and this past weekend they were giving Eric some opportunities to go at him, and you take advantage of that. And a lot of times the answer is how they're playing defense, and we're just going to try to counter it.
I mean, is it something that you like talk about in prep during the week, or is it just something that like you can't until you get out there on the field, you can't have full knowledge of like who they're going to short, things like that?
We have a good idea of kind of what teams are going to do.
Yeah.
With the coaches, I mean, put together a great plan and a game plan, and we try to follow it as best as we can. But you never know until you're out there and how they're going to play things. And we try to go over every single scenario of what could happen and kind of just based off what we're seeing, possession in, possession out, and try to do our best to counter that stuff.
Man, I look, man, your family obviously is legendary in the lacrosse community and in this area in general. Can you describe to me what it was like growing up a Kelly and obviously no pun intended, the benefits that come along with that. Yeah, see what I did there. But really, like also like the amount of pressure that maybe that comes along with and the expectations that are on you and how all of that maybe helps get you to this place.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super blessed to be part of the family that I have and have the supporting cast around me, and a lot of older cousins and brothers that have paved the way for guys like myself and my younger brothers coming up here. And it's tough. There's a lot of pressure, no doubt, but ultimately pressure is a privilege, and we embrace it, and we just try to go out there and compete with the God-given talent that we're blessed with and make some stuff happen and play as a fierce competitor. And don't take plays off, and try to be the smartest guy on the field at all times.
What's the best lesson your dad ever taught you, right? Like as a coach or just as a dad? What's the best lesson that maybe you carry with you every day because it's something that you picked up from him?
Yeah, I would say two things. Lacrosse is not who you are; it's what you do. We love this sport. I care a ton about this sport and the relationships it's given me. But ultimately, it's not my identity. And then also just to be a good teammate at all times. That's something that he preaches a ton at Calvert Hall, and a lesson that I've taken with me is just value the relationships that you have, and have eyes to see others that maybe need something or maybe need an uplifting voice, and try to help them and be a great leader and do your job.
I think these are tremendous lessons that everyone that plays this sport should be hearing. Do you try to help him at all? Like, do you watch any of the games and give thoughts, or you way too busy with what you're doing that like you just don't have the opportunity?
I'll watch some games here and there. Right now, no. But earlier in the year, when I have some time on my hands, I'll try to watch some film for him and try to figure some stuff out or give him some stuff to do. Right now, he's got it under control, and I got bigger things to worry about.
Obviously, you got stuff. You got stuff that you got in front of you that you got to do. I did one of their. I'm trying to remember what game it was. I did one of their games this year, and it was the first time that I'd seen Caleb play, and I was like, "Oh, holy smokes, man! Like, you got to be kidding me! This kid's a freshman. My God, he's gonna be good."
Yeah, he's a good player, and he's been having to go to a bunch of our games all the time. So now it's his time. I was able to go to his game last night.
That's cool, man.
And, been fun to watch him play.
Is it going to be possible at all for you to be there Friday, or is that too close to your guys' game that won't work out?
It's probably a little too close. I'm going to try to get there if I can, depending on treatment and what we got going on here.
I understand that, man. I understand that that's where your focus is trying to win a quarterfinal and get back to Memorial Day weekend, right? I guess let's wrap with that, Daniel, right? Like what does it take? You know, like for you guys, and you know everything there is to know about playing Memorial Day weekend. What does it take to get the job done and be back there next weekend?
You got to play hard. You got to win the ground, and you got to be the master of simple. I think the more simple we can be in May, and not beating yourself is the recipe. And do the little things, whether that's the week of prep. We got to have a great week of prep, and we got to prepare hard for a great team, and kind of feed off the energy that we're going to have on Sunday at Navy and the Terp fans that'll be out there, and take care of business and do our job.
And you're right. There's going to be a lot of Maryland fans there. There's no doubt. There's also probably going to be a lot of Georgetown fans there on Sunday. It'll be kind of like a cool high school atmosphere, like sort of what we'll see at Towson on Friday night with fans from both teams being in attendance. And then I guess maybe you also have to learn how to handle like the adversity of like maybe the shot clock's not going to work for 15 minutes or something like that. Like
that was weird, man. I didn't know what was going on, and I'm fortunate they figured it out. But I was like, this is the longest stoppage I've ever been a part of.
And that's the crazy part to me is like for guys like it's got to be killer, right? Like you got all that, you're amped up going into a game, you're ready to go, and now you just got to stop, right? Like, what did you guys do during that time? How did you keep that energy up so that you didn't have like a little bit of a letdown afterwards?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to try to win the first 5 minutes of the game, and we did that. And then after the first 5 minutes, we basically had to start a whole new quarter. But it's weird. It's hard to get your legs back under you and stuff like that. But, you got to be able to deal with all circumstances that come your way. And we handled it pretty well, but it was definitely one of the weirder things I've been a part of.
You certainly handled it quite well. There's no doubt about it. Daniel, are you on social media anywhere where Maryland fans can be giving you a follow? Are you on Twitter or Instagram, anything like that?
Yeah, Instagram. I don't have Twitter. But
what is it on Instagram?
DKelly45.
DKelly45. Give him a follow there. Daniel, been awesome watching you play these last few years. Looking forward to Sunday and everything moving forward from there. Thank you for taking the time for us this morning, man. Congratulations on everything that you've done and everything you're going to do as well.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Daniel Kelly, University of Maryland, Calvert Hall alum, with us here on GCR this morning. Appreciate him taking the time for us as they get ready for the NCAA Tournament quarterfinals.